Hey, I'm back with No Frills Hi-Fi. Today I'm doing the review of the Fosi Audio ZD3. This is a fully balanced desktop DAC. I did the unboxing of this a couple days ago. Don't forget to check that out if you missed it. But basically, a DAC, if you're not familiar, is a digital to analog converter. So you can stream music with this. You can do it hardwired or wireless. For this review, I'm going to do it wirelessly, but I'll go over some of the connections here in a minute. But what you do is basically you stream your music from whatever app you're using. You know, it could be Apple Music, Tidal, Spotify, any of those kinds of things. But this is going to convert it to an analog signal, so it's going to be a lot more realistic sounding, maybe a little bit more detail to it. This is something that definitely is going to step your system up a notch if you're streaming music. I'm just going to turn it around here. So before I forget, it's $179.99. I'm going to be testing it with the Fosi ZA3 amp, so I'm sure I'm going to mess that up a few times between the ZD3 and the ZA3. But let's go ahead and take a look. So you have several options here as far as the way you're going to connect it to your system. I'm going to be using the XLR outputs to the XLR input on the ZA3, but you can also use RCA if you don't have any XLR cables or input on the other. If you do have the opportunity to use XLR, I would always recommend that. You're going to get a much better sound, better channel separation. Hands down, always use a balanced XLR connection if you can help it. It's also got coax in, it's got HDMI ARC in, it's got USB in and optical in. Then you've also got two trigger ports here as well, and of course the power and the antenna for the Bluetooth. So let's go ahead and start connecting this. I don't think my cables are quite long enough to show you what I'm doing, but I think you can kind of get the idea. And of course, we're always going to connect power last. And I've already got my amp plugged in. So immediately it pops up and says pairing. Let me get my phone out here and go to my Bluetooth settings. As you can see, I got quite a few. But it should pop up down here at some point. Oh, there it is. Alright, so we're connected. And for this, I'm going to be playing music from Big Pink by the band. It's pretty much my most common test album. It's an album I've been listening to for years. Most of all, there's no copyright problems on YouTube. So I'm just going to go ahead and play. Oh, well, it does help if you turn on the amp. So let's go ahead and do that. I've already got it switched to XLR. And let's turn that down some. So I've just got my amp set about halfway, and I'm controlling it with the DAC here. But you can also control it with your phone if you want to control the volume that way, or you have this remote that you can use as well. Let's go ahead and turn that up a little bit. So it sounds really good, and these two are made for each other. They're the same form factor. Obviously they match pretty well, but they're both balanced. They are made to work with each other. Fosi kind of planned all this out. And I will say they sound really good. I do wish I had another one of these ZA3s so that I could run it in mono mode, but in stereo it still sounds really, really good. I do like how easy that was to set up. I'd never connected to this thing before, and you saw it took no time at all to get that thing connected. It looks like... Okay, I'm probably going to mess it up, but I'm going to go ahead and kind of click some buttons here. Yeah, so if you just press this, you can get all the other inputs. And then of course you can also do it on the remote here, so I can switch back to Bluetooth. And it looks like it needs to pair. Oh. So I didn't have to actually go into pairing mode on my phone. Let's see. So you've also, okay, so you can turn off the display if you don't want the display on. You've also got a mute button. You can change through all the inputs on here as well as that dial. So looks like a pretty full function remote. And yeah, cool. So I can even pause my music. It pauses it on the phone if I do that. So that's kind of cool. I like having the remote. That way I don't have to just keep my phone out. I can stick it in my pocket or forget where I put it as per usual. And maybe I'll find the remote, maybe I'll find the phone, but it gives me 2 chances to get it right. But it sounds really good. The detail is definitely there. It's a lot better than I think just playing it from the phone. But the big thing that I'm noticing is just that kind of realistic, kind of open feel to it. I don't want to equate it to like a tube amp, but it definitely has a much more realistic sound to it than it does just playing it from my phone. Well, I appreciate it, and we'll catch you later. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and that way I can get more stuff to show you. And don't forget to check out that unboxing if you haven't seen it yet. I appreciate it, and we'll catch you later.